Disastrous day for Pixar. Everyone's mocking their art style in new movie, claiming that the characters' mouths look like a bean. But forget that analogy, I think the characters actually look like peanuts. Bruh. So is this the CalArts debate all over again? For those of you who don't know, a couple years ago, basically everyone who graduated from CalArts decided to adopt the exact same art style that was taught from their teacher. And this caused each new cartoon that was coming out in America to have the same shape and face, making it very bland. According to John, the creator of Ren and Stimpy, it made the shows stale. Basically, everyone was just printing out the exact same style, losing its originality. However, I'm gonna let this slide for Gravity Falls, because even though it uses CalArts, I don't really care. The show is awesome and the visuals look amazing. But going back to Pixar, look at this. Look! Now, to my knowledge, the first time I've seen any character looking all bubbly like this was from the Luca movie, but I had no idea this would be a trend for the upcoming years. We're even seeing it in series such as Win or Lose, and now we're seeing it in Elio. We even saw this in Turning Red. Now, I think the demographic that this annoys the most is the adults. I see a lot of people who are grown over the age of 18 complaining on social media. And by now, you're probably wondering what my personal opinion is on the matter. Now, here's what I think. I don't have a problem with this art style, but I do have a problem with the spam. Come on, can we get a breather? Anyways, people are saying they don't like this bean look because you can kind of lump all of these characters together from the same movie, which is crazy. But oh man, is Pixar in the hot seat this summer. I mean, it is summertime and they are getting cooked. This is the season where studios are supposed to be dropping their best, but unfortunately for Pixar, they keep releasing failure after failure. Now, personally, I still have not seen Elio. Yes, I know, that's bad, but I do understand why it is bombing at the box office. But the word is, on the streets, is that Elio is bombing at the box office, which means people do not want to drive out to see it. So Pixar won't be able to make back their money. Now, I get it, that sucks. Trust me, I get it. Putting your everything into your craft as an artist is clearly a risk. There is no guarantee that you're gonna make it back. And in this case, they failed. You know what's crazy? Every day I hear something new about Elio. You'd think that Pixar would just be able to release a film and it would be normal and people would just move on with their day, but no. Every day is something new about Pixar. Every day it's, oh, this character was supposed to be this. This character was in the part of the LGBT. Hey, Kalobi, did you know that this character was... It's like, my goodness, I'm getting pulled in every direction. Is something going on behind the scenes with Pixar's team? Like, did they fire a bunch of writers and let go of the people that created the classics such as Toy Story and The Incredibles? Because this never happened back in the day. They had a really good reputation that was squeaky clean. So squeaky clean that my uncle, who literally thinks cartoons are for kids only, actually enjoyed the first Incredibles. However, when they released the second Incredibles, he was excited to see it, he went to the theater, and he fell asleep. This is crazy. Anyways, let's dissect what's going on with Elio's art style. So I actually think this style works for the children, but I think it looks weird on the adults because their face is stretched out like a peanut. And it looks kind of weird. At least with the kids, it gives them a youthful appearance, which is the point. But the adults are supposed to look a little bit more mature and grown up, but it's like they stretched out a peanut. I know that doesn't make sense, but bear with me. Like, I couldn't even look at this woman without busting out laughing. And this was supposed to be a serious scene. I'm trying to contain my laughter here. The adults look way too goofy. Human beings are not supposed to be animated this way. Actually, let me take that back. Don't ever let anyone tell you an absolute statement as an artist, even from me. If someone says, hey, your character shouldn't look like this, change it up, don't listen to them, even from me. But still, I'm neutral on this matter. I have both an admiration for the art style, but at the same time, I don't like the spamming of it, and also the adults look like peanuts. But low-key, I think it's because they don't have a skull, man. You know, I wish that Pixar would try to experiment and break out of their bubble, which I think they tried with Wish, where for the first time I saw them try to do something different with the watercolor painting effect. That was something a little bit new. That was a little bit risky. It needed some work. It definitely doesn't compare to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but we're not comparing them. Well, actually we are. But again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Not everything has to be formulated. Stop following a formula, Pixar. Whenever you find something that works, like Luca, they just want to spam it over and over and over and over again, like the CalArts thing. It's almost like the executives at Pixar are just trying to clock out as soon as possible. Is this how animation should be treated? Is this how art should be dealt with? Where you just want to go to work, Find what works, like a slot machine, clock in and clock out, rinse and repeat. Well, how the heck do we remedy this problem that Pixar is facing? Well, let me give you some steps, Pixar. I know you're feeling the criticism, but what you shouldn't do is go back to making films that look too realistic. Don't do that, okay? I understand you want to pull another Toy Story 4, you might even want to pull another Soul, but don't make your animation look this real. It defeats the purpose of animated movies. These films shouldn't look like a YouTube vlog. And you're just flexing how much money you have to be able to render this by showing us hyper-realistic imagery, but I don't care, Pixar. It doesn't impress me because it looks like you just recorded a cat with a camera. It's not a flex. You're an animation studio. That's why I was so confused back in the day when they released a trailer for Toy Story 4 and they showed the cat looking like a real cat and you couldn't tell it was from real life or not. I was just like, is this the way that animation is headed? You're telling me they didn't film this out in a farm? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna go back to watching things that actually look like animations, like K-pop Demon Hunters and Spider-Verse. Because when I'm trying to relax and escape from the hectic world that we live in, I don't want to click on something that was advertised as an animated movie, looking like a documentary of a zoo. So anyways, I think Pixar's gonna keep their CalArts, but you know what? It is what it is. Hey, maybe all this criticism is gonna force Pixar to go back and do traditional 2D animation, but let's be honest guys, that's not happening anytime soon. It's still more cost effective to make a character look like this as opposed to this. Guys, we're not gonna get another Prince of Egypt for a while. We're not gonna get a Road to El Dorado anytime soon. It's done with. DreamWorks is done with that, and it also looks like Disney and Pixar are done. Heck, the whole world seems to have almost given up on 2D animation. However, I already know that someone watching this video right now is probably an indie creator who specializes in 2D animation. But anyways, I digress. Pixar is taking so many L's this year. It is unbelievable. I mean, at this point, should we just give them a pity party? Because this is bad. They're getting beat up. They're taking all the blows and they're not taking it gracefully. Oh, Disney was so unhappy they forced their movie in every slot. They forced their movie in every slot, overthrowing the Sonic movie, and it wasn't right. That's the sign of a loser. I said it's the sign of a loser. How does someone make a film, release it to the public, realize that it's not doing that good, and decides to bully everyone out of the theater? Is this real? Is this real life? Oh man, something needs to change. I said something needs to change tonight. So let's just hope that they don't keep spamming this art style. Look, I already told you I'm okay with it. Most people don't like it, but I'm okay with it. But if they spam this, I don't know if I can enjoy the next Pixar film. Because where's the originality? Are you guys hiring new storyboard artists and character developers? Pixar needs to fix and reflect immediately, because people are waking up and they're getting tired. What a disaster Pixar is going through this year. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. Goodbye.